Well, here we are, right at daybreak, around 5:30. We're going to go up here and look at the corn. We must have got a 1/4 inch of rain. 4th of July down here. Showed rain down here, and it showed a 1/4 inch in the rain gauge. So let's walk up and see the results of the spraying and what the corn looks like on the 9th day of July, 2017. Corn's really holding its own for as dry as it is. Like I said, there's that dry dirt. It's trying. We'll wander over here and see what the results of the herbicide was on those weeds. A highly stressful year on crops down here in southern Iowa. Well, there's the results of the burn down. Everything you see on this field now that's green are beans. Unfortunately, we need rain horribly bad. And you can definitely see the burn down effect, how that burnt that water hemp and pigweed. It burned it off really good. And like I said, everything, well, there's one it didn't get, so we'll hand pull that one. That one, you know. Yeah, you can see the root system on that. And it's a pretty strong root. But for the most part, it killed it off. And like I said, if we just had some rain, these beans would get going. But you're only going to get what you're going to get. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say this cornfield looks like about a 4. And that's all you can get. I mean, resort back to that saying, rain makes grain, and it's up to your chest, but it really needs rain. Now, it's grew quite a bit since last Sunday, and but it's still in dire straits. I really doubt if it makes corn at all, because we got a week of 90s, and it's canopied over now, which the last time I was here it wasn't. So as I say, that's going to shadow out any weed growth in it. If we could just get some rain right now, it would really be good. I mean, it'd be excellent. As you see, as I'm standing in this corn, it's chest high, and 38-inch rows. Now, nice thing about 38-inch rows on a dry year, you got that less competition. But as far as the weeds now, they're shadowed out, and that's a good thing. Some of it make corn, but then again, it's all up to Mother Nature. This is Sunday morning, and the corn does look pretty good. I mean, like I said, I just hope it doesn't go to tassel out at that height, because pretty still needs some more growth. But that's the root system tapped into that subsoil moisture. And that's the nice thing about corn, is it does have a deep root system. So, you know, if you're trying to grow something shallow, you'd be up a creek because there's no moisture in that top. Like out in here, this corn here, it's barely knee high. But if we got some timely rains, we could make these beans really go. But there again, it ain't in my control. Well, I'll tell you, we're all going to be faced with this sooner or later if you plant food plots long enough. You're going to have dry years. You're going to have wet years. The thing with food plots are, people are doing minimal tillage, which is making a perfect seed bed for weeds. A lot of your fall annuals you cannot spray a herbicide on because they'll kill them. So that's the nice thing about a perennial. You can get ahead of the weeds because you can spray that with the Rest and Slate from Whitetail Institute if you got their clover. But for most of your annuals, you're up a creek. And corn's an annual, soybean's an annual, but this is Roundup ready. A lot of people talk about cover crops and all that, and you know, getting ahead of the weeds. That's not really the problem. The problem is lack of cultivation. If you can't get in and get the weeds out mechanically or physically, which I've done a lot of weed pulling in this field, hoeing and whatever, hand pulling. If you can't do that, you're going to have a weed problem. And that's one drawback about food plots. If they don't germinate fast, the weeds are going to out-germinate them, and then you're going to have a weed infestation. I don't care who you are, what you are, where it comes from. That's just the way it's going to be, because the weed seed's in the ground, and it's going to compete against your blends that you plant. So timely rains, quick germination is what you want. That way the new seed gets ahead of the weeds, shadows them out, crowds them out, and you got a good food plot. But we're all going to be faced with that, and like I said, this is an exceptionally dry year, and it's just what you're going to have to deal with. But I'm lucky that cornfield even got that tall. Whether it makes corn or not, it's only up to the man up above. Yeah, that area right behind me, we're going to mow out. It's not going to make corn, but it has a purpose right now because the deer are grazing on it. But it'll never make corn. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. See that corn there, how shallow it is, how short it is. It doesn't have a lot of weed infestation in it, even though it does have some. But I'll be mowing that out. Yeah, I'm going to mow this area out. Not today, because I noticed there is quite a bit of browsing on this corn. And so this will give them something to browse down. I'd prefer they eat that than, because I want to take this out. You notice how high it goes up. And so we'll leave that. But I want to take you up here to the tractor, and you can see how they've been in here browsing this, eating this down. That's why, boy, it smells like deer urine in here. Whew. They peed in here somewhere. Anyhow, and the weed infestation, see there's no canopy here, so the weeds want to thrive in here. But we'll be taking this area out because, like I said, you can see all the down stalks in there. But we'll let it go and let them continue to eat in this area. That's what it's here for. But eventually, here in the next couple weeks, we'll be taking this out of here because it's not going to make corn. And here's some weed infestation. So we'll be mowing it. I want to take you up here and show you how dry this dirt is. Well, I got the mower up here. As I said, That's just kicking the dust. Absolutely. I mean, that's just powder dry right there. 9th day of July. Crops in southern Iowa are under severe stress. And if you're a food plotter, that's part of the game. Sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. And we'll be taking this area out in here also eventually, because there's no need to, you know, it's not going to make corn, but we can still come in here with forage oats or a Nebraska type. But I want to show you, just when we get up here to the tractor, just what severe dryness there is. You'll get a real good hand for it with the mower running. Now you can see that dust. That's dry. Powder dry. That's not smoke, that's dust. Unbelievably dry. Well, that's it for this week. Non-typical Norwalkian's attempt to try to grow ag crops in a drought. But don't let it get you down. There's always next year, and that's only 12 months away. So we'll be addressing this area right in here with the fall annual anyhow. This corn is stunted, it's not going to grow. We'll take it off at a diagonal, like I say, we'll try to get something growing. Maybe the weather pattern will change. But the trials and tributes of food plotting. Well, that's it from the non-typical Norwalkian.